we're just going to start talking about wherever we go with this. So I've been really surprised with Substack. My platform used to be YouTube, and like YouTube was very frustrating for me, because it feels like the way the algorithm works is it feels very ghettoizing. It feels very much like there was this big dialogue about the YouTube rabbit hole, and I feel like people are very segregated in their communities. There's not a lot of crossover. And also, the profit motive on that platform is just like, let's have Mr. Beast, let's have, unboxing videos, let's have mukbang. So, for me, someone who's more intellectual, philosophical, that was really a bummer. That was really not an exciting space. And Substack, by contrast, I don't know what I'm doing, if it's me, if it's just the platform, but I'm just bumping into all sorts of different kinds of people. So I feel like I'm at a very fancy dinner party and there's people everywhere. And I don't know what they think about me or where they're coming from. So I'm really just trying to reach out to people and talk to them. So I guess my question to you would be like, what is your impression of me so far, given my articles, and how did you stumble upon me, or was it pure chance?
Yeah. Well, I think it was per chance. It was the algorithm doing a good thing. So I'll just say this. I suffered an injury that kind of put me out of commission for the past month or so, and it'll be a little bit longer that I'm in the state. So I decided one of my rules was I did not want to look at Instagram, so I deleted it because I only started that a year ago, and I just think it's a misery factory. It's just a thief of joy. So I hate Instagram, so I got rid of it. And then I decided I'm going to actually get rid of my Twitter because that's where I was the most active and had the biggest sort of social media following. And it was never people I knew. It was always other people that I found on Twitter, and that was fun. And I did some podcasts with people. But you know what? I didn't want to go through this particular month or so looking at what everyone's feedback was going to be about all the events that have been unfolding. I made the right choice. I'll put it that way. So I went back on Substack, which I hadn't really touched, and I encountered your piece on politics. What was it like? Politics is like, it's like porn for incels, that was the first thing I actually shared within my like intimate circle of people. Like I hadn't really shared anything via Substack with people who weren't on Substack. And I was like, oh no, this is so apropos to what I've been trying to say, and it's so well done. And so subsequently I've read a few other things. So I can't say like I've been following you for a long time or anyone, but there's certain things that the algorithm on Substack does that I like, which is it seems to get what I want to see more of without showing me all the garbage. And when I do see some garbage that feels Twittery, I just start like muting that right away. The mute is your friend, because I completely agree that YouTube, when I went down sort of a YouTube rabbit hole, like maybe 5 years ago, just to see what all the kids were up to, because I'm a little bit older and I'm around young people a lot. So I wanted to get like, okay, so now I know who Trisha Paytas is. I mean, that's what YouTube basically taught me, is that I know what the makeup artist problems were, because that was big. And I know who Trisha Paytas is and way too much about her. I got sucked into it. I was like, oh, this is like a little soap opera. And as a kid who watched soap operas in the 80s, I get it. But yeah, I didn't really find even people that were supposedly doing more intellectual work or more philosophical work. It seemed like it would be easily made tacky and cheap, sort of like what you were saying, ghettoized, whatever word you want to use. It's like it was just cheap, and starting with the thumbnail forward, right? Like it was immediately grossing me out. And Substack maybe does feel kind of a little more elegant or bougier or something, and then some of that is just bells and whistles, some of that isn't real, but it does seem to lead me to more interesting people, because I think more interesting people are also just like words first, written word first, everything else secondary, which is kind of how my intellectual path works in my, for me. So it seems to be a better community. Yeah.